So August 8th, so we can hit our second week of talking of the Democratic VP, right? Because oh wait a minute, we still don't know yet.
Uh,
What's going on?
yeah, why is that? It seems like they're stringing us along, right? Because it's like he's going to announce any day now, and
Well,
then it never happens.
as soon as I mean, I think two things. I think there's a war between the Obama camp and the Clinton camp for I think Susan Rice versus Kamala, and it also serves the purpose of as soon as he declares the VP, he has to get like on the road and start campaigning or something, right? And even his once a day or once every other day from the basements have been disastrous.
Well, and that's also why I think that they leaked, quote unquote, the Kamala Harris thing
Yeah.
was really just to put out the feelers, to see what the reception would be. Because I feel that as of right now, Biden doesn't. The reason why he hasn't announced is because he clearly doesn't have a candidate who will add to the ticket for him, right? So you have Kamala, who supposedly she would bring in the black vote, right? But technically that's a safe vote for him, right? For Biden, he doesn't really need that. In the South is particularly where he did the best. That's where he came back up from the dead essentially during the campaign. When everybody else was in the race. And then you have Susan Rice, who, I mean, yes, Susan Rice has the Obama credibility, but the problem with that is that, she's Benghazi. That's what you're gonna get
Well,
is Benghazi
but
constantly.
not,
You're gonna have all the right wingers and all that just constantly going at that.
and she also was one of the people that pushed back about doing anything in Rwanda. She was also, I mean, she has a lot of experience, all of it bad.
Right.
And
Right. I mean, she's a neoliberal dream right
yeah,
there.
and she would suppress progressive voters and drive Republicans to the polls. Like you say, their rallying cry would be Benghazi, and they would be excited to vote with her as VP.
So it's
But
almost like they're trying to lose. I mean, if you were
yeah,
infiltrating the party and trying to get them to lose or whatever, or you were working for them,
yeah,
because maybe it's better for fundraising if they lose. If they
I
were
think so.
if they were trying to lose, then you would pick Susan Rice because that'll drive away Republican voters. Obviously, if you wanted to win, you'd pick some kind of even a milk toast pseudo progressive, somebody to get people on the left side of the party, and they're not even giving
But
lip
the
service
problem
to
is,
that.
what's your option? Who do you really have? Warren, I guess she would be the only one. And Warren, I mean, I feel kind of bad for her because, and Jamal Thomas, he actually talks about this, how she put in the most work to get Biden the nomination. And she is the one who's been pushed off to the side as if she has absolutely no chance. And it's all because of identity politics, like obviously you would have the pussy hat wearing, faction that would be satisfied with having a woman, in that position. And again, the fact that it's so important. Never has it been so important, the BP pick for a
Oh yeah,
nomination, because of and the fact that it's known, that it is so important that this VP pick is the right person because essentially they could be the next president of the United States, de facto, essentially. I,
mm,
I mean that's crazy.
Well, every
yeah,
time I get one of those surveys, those quote unquote surveys on my email, because I'm on that list, from the Democratic Governors Association or the Democratic, the DCCC or whatever,
Oh, the D
who's
triple
your
C.
first choice? Who do you like better for vice president? Susan Rice or Kamala Harris or other? And,
Mm.
right.
and I've gotten tired of responding, but for a while I would do other, and then I write in Tulsi Gabbard because Tulsi
Yeah.
Gabbard would actually appeal to libertarians, to
Right.
some conservatives and progressives as well because of her platform during her campaign. But I mean, she's obviously not even though she's a woman of color, she
Yeah.
fits the criteria. She's not in the running.
So first of all, I believe it's a legitimate question whether or not they want to win. I think living is easy when all you got to do is complain about Trump and fundraise off it. I think that's awful easy for them, and they still get, the corporations are still protected and everything like that, and there's no danger of us getting Medicare for all, anything like that. So all the
Isn't that
corporations,
sad though? I mean,
yeah,
it's just
right,
sad because like here you have an opportunity to run a progressive, to win, to
right,
actually win Congress, win the White House, and actually enact progressive legislation. I mean, the
yeah,
signs are all there. You have these congressional races. You have Jamal Bowman, Cori Bush winning these primaries. Like people want change. They're voting on policy, not on just the person. Because like I mean, like look at Lacey Clay in St. Louis.
yeah.
I mean,
So maybe the Bernie delegates, fighting for Medicare for all will actually do something, but that something would be maybe it actually goes in the platform, the Democratic platform, but that means nothing, right? We
uh,
know, we know it doesn't. We know it doesn't mean anything is going to get done, right?
Right, right.
they
Yeah,
don't care. I mean, it's not about winning. It's just about, or it's about winning for what they want, which is keeping a corporate machine going.
yeah,
Um, and it's not about enacting progressive policy at all.
exactly. Yeah, and they can, most of what they want to do still happens with Trump in office. They just get to fundraise in a more easier way. I'm not sure to what extent, they're um, the military industrial complex is a concern, though, whether or not they're suffering from those donors who aren't getting their way. The little that they're getting, keeping our troops in Afghanistan. I don't know if that's the equivalent of the when they're used to having, a new war every couple of years. I don't know how that's going to work for them.
Yeah, I definitely think that this is all a charade, essentially. Who was it that said it? Was it Eugene Debs that said that if voting really mattered or made a difference, then they wouldn't allow us to do it?
Yeah, yeah,
Essentially, I mean, I hate to be so,
yeah.
such a cynic about it, but it's the reality of the situation.